All right, module 3.11, helping your golden prospect, offering your professional services. This is a tactic that may not work for you. Obviously, if you don't provide any professional services, you're not going to be able to offer any to your golden prospect. But if you're a web developer or an SEO agency, if you're into link building, which, hey, you're watching this course, right? You're a link builder. If you offer link building services, if you offer any type of professional services, whether they be graphics, they could even be attorney services. But what you want to do is look for an opportunity to be able to provide that service to your golden prospect as a way of building a deeper relationship with him or her. And let me break this down a little bit. And I won't spend too much time on this one because it's not applicable to everybody. But if it is something you want to pursue, well, let me close this. All right. Offering your professional services to your golden prospect as a way of helping him or her and to building a deeper relationship with him or her. Uh, I'm not saying offer it to them at full price because they're going to be very weary. They probably get approached by people in your industry all the time for somebody that's trying to charge them for what you do. But what I propose you do is, if it's applicable, is provide your services free of charge to your golden prospect, or at the very least with a heavy discount. This is going to do a couple of things. It's going to build you brownie points with your golden prospect, for one. And that's always a good thing. We call those what? Social capital, social leverage points. And that way you're not reaching out to your golden prospects and prospects upon the just only on the upon the based on the merit of your content, but rather on the friendship you have with the person you're reaching out to, or the brownie points earned up with him or her. So when you do invest in your golden prospect, and if you offer services to him or her, it's going to cost you money, yes, and but it's a good thing because it's going to make you money. Why? Because it's going to allow your golden prospect to sample your wares, and what better way to earn a referral, an endorsement from your golden prospect, than by letting them know what it is you do and by sampling it for themselves. It's just a perfect little thing to do and to get more business for your business. And think about this for a minute. All the money that you earn and that you would normally earn that from the service you provide your golden prospect for free or at a discount, though I prefer free, and the money that you have to spend to provide that service and the time and the money you'll lose that you would normally have charged for that service is going to be it's going to come back to you in the form of referrals from your golden prospect that you can charge your full rate too. So when the referrals come in from your golden prospect, if you get one referral, you made half your time back. If you get two referrals, now you're talking about you're breaking even. But if you get five referrals from your golden prospect from the work you do for them, or 10 or 20 or 30, you can see how giving your services for free is a good way to is a good investment for your business, because for you to make, rather, because it could turn out to be the link that makes a lot of money. It could a referral that makes a lot of money for you. So you do a little bit of work up front, and then you get a lot of referrals on the back end. So yeah, offer your services for free if it's applicable, and that's something that I highly recommend you do because it will lead to more referrals and endorsements. Uh, here's uh, here's the trick, and there's a trick to everything. Find evidence that your golden prospect needs your service, and then go for the gold. I'll give you an example. We do web development, and we do on-page SEO, and we help sites get more conversions, they get more revenue out of the traffic they're already receiving. That's one of the services we provide our clients. So that's a service that I wanted to provide Eric. And if you recall his website, well, this is the way his site, I'm on the Wayback Machine. This is the way his website used to look. And he had the only referral from Matt Cutts. It's just amazing that he had a referral from Matt Cutts. And I won't tell you how he got that referral, but it's legitimate. And so he had all his referrals on here. It was a great site. It was converting for him. He was making money with it. Let me move this over so you can see a little more of it. And but this was his site. But I knew he had a problem with his site because he had a lot of internal linking issues. He had a lot of site issues where the user design and the interface wasn't working right. And I just knew that I could help him immensely. And he never claimed to be an SEO guy. If you look at his old services, he offered backlink audits, link bait strategies, and linking plan creations, and boot camps for link building. He didn't claim to be an expert in SEO, so he had a lot of on-page issues. And so it was I wanted to provide him with my service because I knew that he had a need for it. So getting back to your golden prospect, find evidence that your golden prospect needs your service. And then you can approach, like I said, then go for the gold, but you have to do so with humility. Let me explain. And humility is your best friend as you're doing outreach, because it'll totally disarm anybody that you're dealing with. Because a lot of people will have like wondering what it is that why are you reaching out? What's this person ultimately after? And if you're humble, you could really go a long ways. All right, approach with humility. Because if you offend them, they will wear their problem as if it were a badge that they were proud to wear. Because if I reached out to Eric and said, Eric, your site looks like garbage. You need to fix this and this and this. I'll go ahead and I'll fix it for free for you. He'll say, well, you know what? It may be garbage, but I'm ranking #1 for link building expert. I'm ranking #1 for all the keywords that matter to me, and it's helping me earn X amount of dollars a year. So, yeah, I'll wear that, the fact that I don't have open graph images on my site, or that I have some site structure issues on my site. I'll wear that with honor, because that's the approach that Eric did take with me when I did reach out to him in a non-humble way. I was like, Eric, your site's got problems. I'd like to help you fix it. And he gave me that same little, he goes, yeah, but I'm still ranking for link building expert. And I had offended him a little bit, and I felt bad about that. And you have to approach with humility in order for it to work. And I immediately realized my mistake. I mean, his site was producing a lot more revenue than my site. So who am I to say you need to do this and you need to do that? And I was just, so I had to approach, that's why I say approach with humility, and wait till you find evidence. And if you can find evidence that your golden prospect does need your help, then you approach with humility. Patience is the name of the game. And what you do is you just don't rush it, and constantly show them evidence that you've helped others solve the same problem. So what finally won Eric over to let me work on his site, I kept hiring Eric. And that's like another thing you can do with your golden prospect. If they hire consultations, hire him or her and learn everything you can from them. So I hired Eric for every one of my clients. And we talked a lot about my clients. And then when I could show, like, hey, remember that client we talked about that I just brought on? And he goes, yeah, I remember. Here's a screenshot from analytics from before we took over and after we took over. Look at all the revenue, how it went up. And a lot of that has to do with you. And he goes, well, I just helped you with link building, but you did the on-page stuff. And wow, that's cool. You helped earn that much extra revenue for your client in 1 month. Then I would bring and talk to him about another client, and then I could show him another big increase in revenue. And so that happened 3 or 4 times where I kept showing Eric in passing evidence that our clients were getting more links from his consultation that I hired him for, but also that we were able to make some other tweaks to the on page and immediately boost their revenue. So I just did that. I think 3 or 4 different times where we hired Eric, and then I could show like e-commerce value going up for revenue. And then I remember he asked me, he goes, "Could you do that for my site too?" And so even though the first time I approached him, I didn't approach with humility. I because I offended him a little bit, and he wore it with a problem. He wore it with his problem with the badge. He goes, "Yeah, I know my site isn't as optimized as it needs to be, but I'm still at #1 for my keyword, and my site is getting the job done." That's because I came in with a haughty attitude, like I knew more than he did, which is ridiculous. His site was like a lot more a lot more effective than mine in producing revenue. So I just backed off and I said, "Wow, that was stupid, man. Relax, get patient, don't rush it." And then just start sharing evidence a little bit at a time and wait for him to inquire first whether I can help them. And then in your case, if they respond with curiosity and you just share your offer with them and how it is you can help them. And this is what Eric's site used to look like, and this is what after I took over what we did for the site, and we did a lot of work to it, and I don't want to tell you how much work I did on it and what I comped them for it, and it was. But it was nice being able to hook his site up because we could see results almost immediately because of the on page. His mobile traffic shot through the roof, and great things happened. Revenue increased, and then I earned a pretty cool backlink. I'm trying to get to it. Let me pull it down. And this was from Eric. Right down here on the bottom on the footer. Site structure by Matt LeClaire, and that's a link, site-wide link on every page on Eric Ward's site over to my site. And that's another link I earned by offering my services to my golden prospect. And I didn't charge them. I think I did charge them. I think I only charged them like $500 one-time fee, and that's I charge a lot more than that. And so he kept asking me. He goes, "What would you normally charge for this? What do you normally charge? What do you normally charge?" And I said, "I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you." And then he goes, "What would it be? 20 grand, 25 grand, 30 grand?" And it was at that time, that's way higher than what I charge. Like an increments of 10 times higher than what I charge. But Eric was wondering if that's what I charged because he was seeing the results from it. And I only charged him a one-time fee of $500. So what does that mean? I got a lot of referrals from Eric as a result of that free work I did, $500 of work I did. And I think I worked on his site for 2 months. When I was probably working on it 20 hours a week, 10 hours a week in some weeks. But yeah, so it was a lot of effort went into it to get his site set up, and it turned into be that's when Eric started endorsing me and referring every client that needed on-page work. He said, "You got them for now on." And so that turned out to be a great way to build a relationship up with him. But because I didn't come in and try to charge full price right at the beginning, and because I approached with humility, I was able to build that relationship up. If you come in full price, you're never going to have the ability to do this for your golden prospects. So you have to give it to them free or for a heavy discount, not because they can't afford it, but because it bypasses all the other people who are trying to charge them to do the same work. And because they haven't had the work done yet, and you found evidence they need your help, I guarantee you they have a stock answer for anybody that tries to get her to hire them to fill that need. They've already have a rebuttal that says, "Yeah, but my site's this." Like I said, if you offend them, they'll wear their problem as if it were a badge, and that they could wear with honor. And that's something that is the key to the game, is offering your professional services at a discount and in a way that doesn't offend your golden prospect, and in a way that will eventually earn his or her endorsement of your product and services. But but if you find evidence that your golden prospect needs your professional services, start pursuing it immediately, because it's a strategy that will pay off for you. Okay, I'll see you next video.